Hello and welcome to the show. Today I'm going to be playing some Stockcars Unleashed 2, a game all about, well, racing stock cars. These are the Brisket F1 cars, I believe it. I don't know how to pronounce it. That's as close as I'm going to get. Basically, we race around very short ovals. There's a fair bit of bumping along the way. It's actually quite good fun. I don't know much about this race series. I kind of know of it primarily because of the incredible wings that these cars get, which is always quite, you can kind of see from these pictures here. They get some really rather impressive wings. And I should say this game is made by a single person, very small team certainly. It is not the most impressive in terms of graphics and sort of UI and whatnot. However, that's okay because the actual racing itself is pretty damn good fun. Shall we start? Let's go. Wimbledon on tarmac is often... This is a crazy race. It can go either way for me. Let's go do it. We're just going to do kind of some single races along the way and sort of see how things go, really. So... Here we go. We're starting the mid-pack. The way these races work, or this sort of game works, you do the career mode, you kind of do like a little 5-race championship. You get graded based on your performance in those, and your grading will depend on where you start on the grid. And that will also depend on your massive wing colour. So I've my first championship ended up as blue, which puts me roughly in the middle of the pack. You start in kind of reverse order of your skill level. And the idea is these are oval races. They're short races, 16 laps long. However, quite a lot can happen, and I've immediately been shuffled to the outside, and that's not where you want to be. Unlike on NASCAR, unlike with the big banked ovals, the outside can work. More often than not, you just get passed by absolutely everyone. I'm trying to work my way back to the inside. There's a gap. Let's go for that. There is some bumping. There is, safe to say, a little bit of bumping along the way. Oh, there will be contact. Now, with this particular circuit, like the catch fence, it's very easy to get a car snagged on it and stuck on it. You'll see like these little... The actual fence you'll ping off slightly, but the posts you get stuck on, so you really don't want to end up in that. The AIs will get stuck in it. Cautions will come out from time to time. I don't know whether we're going to see any. I would expect to. Normally, from practice races, we've had 3 or 4 cautions per 16-lap race. Might have slightly turned them. Oh, no, I don't want to be up here. I really don't want to be up here. I might be able to make a pass work on the outside, though. I think it's about the first time I've gone around the outside of somebody. Oh, no, not quite. Can't quite get the speed off of the corner. This is the problem. Like, I don't want to almost yield and go back into line fully, but we're going to get... I should have gone back into line when I had half an opportunity. We are... Oh, someone's in the wall up the top. Oh, now I can't get back underneath it. They're fighting 2 and 3 wide. Oh, almost did it. I wanted to have a crack at the inside. Lost the back end just a little bit. I mean, handling-wise of these vehicles, I don't quite know how they would drive in reality. However, they are pretty good. Oh, there goes the caution. So when the caution comes out, the game kind of resets. Like, this is so that you can kind of pull the cars off the fences, right them and whatnot. So it goes through this, then we all get restarts. Now, there are some... I could be sneaky. The AIs do tend to stay in the line. I can be sneaky, and you can technically dive underneath all the cars ahead of you and get a little bit of an advantage. For the sake of fairness, I'm not going to. Although sometimes the AI cars... They will kind of push and nudge you around, and I have been spun before the actual technical race start. So you kind of got to be careful. I kind of have to sort of defend the inside. Now we get released. Now it's fair game to go underneath as many as we can on the restart. Oh, don't get spun doing that. I think the car, because the Goldwing cars are, I think the Superstar is the highest category of the Goldwings car. I think that one's a lap down though. So probably might even be the vehicle that caused the caution or caused some of them. No, I'm going to leave a gap. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Let's get down to the bottom of the course. It might not technically be the fastest way around. However, it's kind of a safer way around. I think I've left too much of a gap here. We're going to dive very deep. No, gone too late on the brakes. We're going to lose 1, maybe 2 positions. Only 1, because the rest of them are busy fighting. Oh, no, maybe the gold cut is the one leading the way. Seeing as we came across the line, it only tells your position when you cross the line. So it is a little bit... It's quite chaotic. It is quite chaotic, and kind of keeping track of everything is not so easy, especially with some of these races. This has actually been a relatively calm time at Wimbledon, I have to say. It's unusual to have this calmer a race here. I mean, we have still got 6 laps to go, so just about anything could happen. These have been a terrible couple of laps for me. We're losing a bunch of time. Don't really want to slide the car around. Of course, oh, no, too much sliding. Because when you go to shale, you will be finding yourself sliding around a fair bit more. On tarmac, you don't really want to be. You'll get away with it a little bit. Let's drop this down to 5th. Come on. Oh, that's going to be a bit of a It was a dive. Ooh, although the leaders have now caught up to back markers. That could give them an interesting final few laps. Yeah, that would be fun. Maybe. Possibly good fun. If we can we make the most. They got a little too far back, unless real shenanigans go on. Unless we get like a one-lap restart, then maybe I could cheese something. I think we're going to have had a surprisingly calm race here. Not sure. I think I'm racing. I think it's most of the Red Wing cars are the ones I'm racing. Not actually sure. Can we cheese a podium in all of this? Maybe. Come on, get a good run. The lap down cars do not care for you. They will drive just the same. Oh, so you'll end up slightly getting tangled. No, I spot a bumper. Don't want to spot a bumper behind me. We're going to nail the back of them. Uh-oh. I think we got. This is the final time around. Can we have a big dive? I'm going to go for it. Whoa! Someone's gone for a flight on the outside wall. Is that going to be enough for a third? It was! We cheesed a third. That's what I said. We could cheese a podium. Oh, when the cars do cross the line, all the AIs sort of basically turn off. Hey! We didn't even put them over the fence. Hey, well, someone has gone over the fence. What has gone on this fight? Well, there is normally chaos in Wimbledon, and it kind of waited until the final lap. We got a car stuck up on the fence. I'll take a third. It was a good race. It was a good race. Once they got into traffic, I could kind of keep back up. It wasn't the best laps ever driven by me and all of that, but there we go. So that's a tarmac race. Pretty bloody manic. Let's go to a shale race now. My favourite. Where's my favourite of the shale circuits? It's I can't remember what it's called. Not that one. That one I'm terrible at. Can't find it, can't remember from the picture. Is it that one? No, why can I not find... There, that's the one we want. So, yeah, this is probably one of my best circuits. If I can get in clear air, I'm absolutely fine. If I'm not in clear air, you can get really, really stuck in traffic with this. Now, shale, almost completely different sort of driving. I will be sliding a car around, and this is also where you have the mighty wings that go on the top of these cars. No idea quite how they work, but I presume they do. Oh, we've had a terrible start. I presume they do because all of them run it, and if they made no difference, then I presume you wouldn't run them. So, yeah, we have these crazy, crazy wings on the roof. Now, as I said, we will probably be sliding the cars around, although at the moment we're in such a point where we're battling side by side, and I don't really have the space to be doing that. So we're just going to kind of hug the inside and stay out of trouble. Probably shouldn't be on the concrete, although a little bit of that was kind of avoiding mayhem. Now, are we going to have... Oh, not got my turn in right there. Not got my turn in right and power right through all of that. The way these vehicles brake, I believe they have... certainly from the settings menu I saw, they have like a percentage of the brake down one side, so when you go on the brakes it actually tips the car sideways to kind of help get them turned, which is an interesting way to drive the car. It does kind of mean that you've got to go in, I was finding, you kind of got to go into the corner very hard, kind of grab the brake, almost still keeping it full throttle, and then helps get the car turned a little bit, unless you get things spot on. It's just, again, it's a whole different sort of driving. These kind of cars, which is interesting to me. Like, I love motorsport. I love just about all sorts of different motorsports, and this is a very different kind of challenge. This is a very, very different kind of challenge indeed, often driving vehicles in completely different ways to the way that I would normally like to. They've all got tangled up. This is not good news for me. You know what I said about I want to be in clean air? Yeah, this is the opposite. This is the exact opposite. They're all fighting each other too much. I'm going to get stuck out wide. No! Don't put me in the wall! There is a damage bar you will see at the top of the right hand side. If you take enough damage, your car will break. So will the AI cars if they get bumped into the wall. Damage seems to predominantly be from collisions with the wall rather than with other cars. I mean, these things have got like a big frame around them. They do bump each other a fair bit in actual races. No, don't come up, put me in the wall. There we go. Crap. And then also the walls are sort of slightly sticky, so you can't just sit and ride around on them. You kind of lose momentum if you bop them. So many cars being flung up the inside. Can I get a few laps of calm here? I don't know. Unlike the walls at the Wimbledon circuit we just drove around, where you do get, there's kind of like posts you get stuck on. Here there's no posts, but you'll just lose speed if you tap them. Right, here we go. We're going to chuck it in sideways. The blue car's going to dive up to the inside, although kind of got that bit wrong. Come on, get some speed off of the corner. There we go, we get a good drive there. The leader is, that's what I want to be able to do. You want to sit at the front and run away, stay out of trouble. That was a decent corner. I'm trying to get underneath. Not quite going to work. Maybe be able to get underneath here. Yeah, that'll do it. There's a little touch on the frames, but nothing too bad. Chuck the car in with plenty of speed. You kind of have to with the AIs behind you, because the AIs can and will often just snag the back of your car and put you round in a very lazy spin. I'm probably being a bit sneaky. a bit sneaky with my cutting. Although I can run up here as well. We'll get some speed up there. Oh, got to be really. It's very easy, very easy to spin the cars if you're not paying attention. Certainly if you've got to suddenly panic and change direction to avoid either a lap down car or crashing cars. Yeah, it's very easy to try and ask too much of the vehicle. Or if you're just running along the curbing there, it can actually just tip the vehicle about. Oh no, there's a car pointing the wrong way, and now try to get out of the throttle. Obviously try to get out of the throttle to slow it down so you don't end up in the car, and then that's unsettling all the. I think it's like the weight transfer. That can actually cause you to spin as well if you try to do that. There is going to be a caution, I think, for the car stuck pointing the wrong way. That'll reset us, and that will give us a manic last couple of laps. We kind of had a brief bit of freedom. Now, one of them is a lap down. I don't quite know how it orders him. I would presume, fairly sure, the red flag, the red roofed car, red winged car, that would be the one that is leading. I don't remember seeing the car ahead of us anywhere nearby, so I'm presuming that was a lap down. I've got to be careful we don't get overtaken from behind. We've only got sort of 3 laps when we get underway here. Everyone's going to hug the inside. Don't get turned by the vehicle behind. We don't. I need to clear the blue car. Oh no, I've turned a bit too much. I just wanted to try and sneak underneath. Oh, don't get caught together. My only hope is that can. Oh no, I was hoping it could cause chaos, but now we're going to get steam trained by everyone. No, it's not good. I'm actually spinning a little bit there as well, so thank you, car, for correcting me. Oh, have we thrown away our podium? After an excellent start, have we thrown away our podium? Maybe we have here. Don't know though. Anything can happen on. Actually, this is the final corner, I think. This is the final time around. We are going to be too high, and it's not going to be enough. Oh, we lost our podium. Bugger! Well played. Well played, AI. Oh, there's something about this. Well, it is a fairly, I say basic. That's perhaps a little harsh. It's a fairly straightforward game. Nothing massively complex. It's just fun doing these races. There's something addictive. Like I'll go and play this game for, 20 minutes to try and get a little bit of practice, and I find myself an hour and a half later still going around just enjoying the racing because I'm trying to learn something different. And you can have some really good fun battles against the AI. They are at sometimes quite mean. We're going to go to Mildenhall because I have actually driven around it. It's, technically speaking, one of 2 circuits I have actually driven around in real life. Vallelunga being the first. A little while ago, some of you will probably have seen, I had a go with some kind of banger racing vehicles around here. So I have driven, admittedly we drove the other way around Mildenhall to this, but I have driven around here. This is a very small circuit, this one. It's like, these are very short course ovals. This is a very small short course oval, so it's quite difficult in cars, in vehicles this fast. We've got, oh, bloody hell, they're already almost rolled out of there. It's quite different. Like, I like the Bradford circuit we're driving around. It's a big, almost full throttle the whole way. You got like these big sweeping turns. Here is a lot more difficult, and the fence is very unforgiving. The tyres on the inside will flip your car if you hit them hard, and if the AIs turn you towards them. We've had a relatively good first lap here. We're just kind of going back to the old sneaking around the inside, trying to stay out of trouble, even if it... Oh no, that's a problem for me. Oh bloody hell, it's all gone manic. You don't really get quiet races with these, and that's a good thing. You don't really, unless you get spun early on, which thankfully we haven't. Even then, there's almost guaranteed to be something. You'll either have somebody else get spun. We've been bopped wide there. Yeah, you just do not get quiet. Oh, there's going to be a yellow flag soon. Surely, there's so many stricken cars on the inside there. I think the gold car cannot get going again. It keeps getting, like, every time it tries to reverse out there, it gets bopped. Yeah, we're going to have a yellow flag. Okay, you can sometimes, if you're further back in the field, you see it like the AIs, once they go across to take the yellow flag, if you like, they again just all pile up. Oh, why is there a car on a roof? That's not supposed to happen. I've played this game for quite a while. Never seen that one before. It's the magic of actually recording. As soon as you're recording, weird things happen. I'm trying not to be a cheaty bugger. I'm trying to get back into line. There we go. It does get a little bit. There's a little bit nudging going on here. As soon as it goes green, I will dive underneath you guys, of course. There's a gap there, and someone would do it to me if I didn't do it to them. They get a pretty good run off of that, although they're now going to stack up on the outside. I didn't want to drive into the back of them. Uh-oh, it's all getting very busy here. Yeah, Mildenhall is really busy. This has been less of the kind of, oh no, someone's really done a good job there of sneaking and pushed all of us wide, and now get a bucket load of understeer. Yeah, my like, hug the inside kind of works when you're in a big pack. Oh, there's a stopped car. I think there's maybe a car that's broken. Not a place you want to be stopped at. There's going to be another yellow flag, although I want to be... You kind of race back to the line for the yellow flag, so I kind of want to be as far up as I can be. Is it not a yellow flag yet, really? I'm amazed that that would be the case. We got a little sideways there, because that is in a really, really bad place for everybody, just about. Can I sneak underneath the red car? I say red car as in just go for the wing colour. No, we are still racing, despite there being a stuck car at turn 1, or exit of turn 1. Sure, we'll keep going, we'll chuck it in nice and sideways. That's the sort of line you kind of want to do, but it's really difficult to do with loads of vehicles around you. Very difficult. Someone's going to dive in a lot deeper. Oh no, someone getting turned. Oh, all my hard work gets undone. I got a little wrong into the first corner, but somebody else was getting... This is a manic race. There is a lot of paint swapping going on. Still astounded there's not been anything for the stuck car. I guess maybe it's far enough away, it's not getting hit too much. Either way, yeah, that's the thing you've got to worry about if you do chuck the car around. We are to the inside. Come on, we're up to 5th. So we've had a decent lap there. Now we get a little sideways. Come on, get some power down. We just get connected a little bit. The car on the outside, that's okay. Oh, there we go as well. It was ish okay around there. Are we now 4th? We are. Oh, that was a big slide. No, we're going to hit the stricken car. Oh, God damn it. Would have been fine on a normal lap. Well, they're actually really fighting hard up at the front. You've run very deep. I'm going to try and sneak underneath you. That will be my position back again. And this is why I like this kind of race. Oh, is it the... It might have actually been moved now. Oh, it's gone to space! We've had more weirdness in this particular race than I think I've had in any race playing this game. That does give me a podium, though, at least. That puts me up to 3rd, so I'll take that. We might even be able to cheese a 2nd place here. Oh, where's that car going to rejoin? No, it's always them! Bloody mab, I don't know who it is. There's always, in these races, the car that bloody screws me over. I can almost guarantee you it's going to be that car that gets me. Whereabouts we're 4th now, I think. Hopkins is the person I need to beat here. No, don't do it, you little bugger. No, I've brushed the wall and I'm done. Oh, the red car screwed us. God damn it. It's every single time as well. Oh, 4th place. 4th place in the end for me. Again, though, it's just fun races. They are just really, really good fun races because there is always something going on as the rest of the pack comes across the line. Some madness went on in that one. The tyres on the inside of the track, they're kind of spring-loaded. Like, you kind of hit them, they move a bit, but they will then go back to their... Like, they're not solid. They'll kind of move to kind of let you go, and then they'll go back to their original position. However, sometimes that does mean the physics engine, if you hit them just right, will launch your car up. I don't often see it launching up as high as that, particularly. That was quite an impressive launch. Where shall we finish off? We'll finish off with a tarmac circuit. We went to Wimbledon. Have we got one? I'm trying to remember what ones I'm actually vaguely okay. I think I'm not too bad here. I say I'm not too bad. Yeah, I can just manage. Some of these I can manage to find some speed on. Some of them I struggle a lot more at. It's just getting your braking, your lines, your turn-in point, and all of that correct, and simply not making a mistake. It's really easy to turn the car a bit too much, brush too much curb, get it sideways, lose time, overcorrect. Yes, it might be an oval. It's not so straightforward. I say not so straightforward to drive. Oh, like that, for example. There we go. We brushed a curb, got a big wiggle on, and to catch it, I ended up chasing up towards the wall and then lost all the speed clonking off of that. Yeah, it's not straightforward racing around an oval. I can tell you that much. We're just going to be on the inside. If I can hook the wheels the other side of the curb, that can kind of give you a nice little bit of a turn off of a corner somewhere. We'll stick on the inside, squeeze our way past there. That will do the trick nicely. Oh, the yellow car's been turned up into the fence. I want to try and stay away from all that. I think we're up to 3rd now, because, yeah, we are. So there's a red wing car that's going to go a lap down if it's not careful. Probably involved in some of the early mayhem, shall we say. Oh, I said a little earlier on the earlier on the brakes than the cars behind me, but they all shot off into the wall. I've got that terribly. No. Yeah, I realised I'd binged that as I got out of the corner. It's just washing up towards the Armco, and I knew we were going to see cars diving underneath us there. I'm not sure I'm getting this one particularly. I'm hoping that this group here is going to fight a lot. Oh, there's someone pointing the wrong way. That's not what you need. That's made a big old mess of everything. I might be able to sneak my way up the inside here. Bounce across the curb. Big slide. I think it puts me to 2nd, though. Although I'm going to get served up towards the wall here. I've got no speed out this part of the circuit. Got to just have a huge lift. Oh, we're going to tumble back down to 4th again, I think. Uh-oh. That's going to be a big accident waiting to happen. Got away with it. A little bit of luck. Little bit, little bit of luck, little bit of interesting track limits. The gold that's killed its. I think it's actually broken itself. I think that might have entirely broken that car, judging by the fact it just never got going out of the corner. Are we sat in second? That might bring out the caution, or it might have got moving again. It does look like it is. Oh no, don't go on two wheels. Yeah, that looks like that stage is done. Again, it may or may not bring out a yellow flag. I thought normally if they stop moving for a little while, they tend to. However, there we go. I think that was it. Okay, so the Mildenhall one was just a bit weird that never got called. I might have a chance. Of course, we get reset. We go back to this. Although I have a lap down car between us. I guess that's a pain. I have to try. I want to dive underneath that immediately. If I can get both of them, that'd be really helpful. If I can just slow them down enough. If I can get in front, I can probably make a nuisance of myself. I think outright pace, I'm not quick enough to beat the golden winged machine. I have got this on the toughest difficulty. You can set the difficulty for both shale and tarmac, so if you struggle with one more than the other, you can set a sort of specific difficulty for that, which is quite nice. I expected to be better at tarmac. I think I am, on the most part, actually better at the shale, although the shale's one of those things, I can run quite quick laps on my own. When you've got all the vehicles going around, it's quite difficult. This is going to end up in another caution, I can sense it. It's all a little bit mad. I'm just trying to desperately cling on to the inside and through some of these corners, because they're just going to drill the back of you if you're not careful. I've got that turn there all horribly wrong. I'm trying to do my sneaky, oh no, that's going to be really bad for me, and then we're going to get nailed into that corner. Oh, this spinning going, it's gone berserk behind. The group up ahead having a good time. I tried to run the curb and got it wrong again. Yeah, maybe we should stop trying to do that line. Maybe I should just stick to a sensible line through here rather than running. Oh no, you're going to get to the inside. Or we're just going to try. I'm trying to slam on the brakes, but I'll just get. What it takes is this tiny nudge from behind, and they just push you wide. And then we're going to try to do the same to them, though. So it's, if you drive like that with me, I'll drive like that with you. Just lean on you a little bit. I'd rather have you fully alongside than have you behind me, because you won't be able to push me wide into the corner. And I can. Oh no, I don't want to escort you towards the wall though. Oh god, our car's got connected. There's another car with a red wing. No. Oh bugger, I'm understeering like a boat. There. Damn it. You're going to have a go. You're also going to have a go again. Can I get a good exit on the higher line? I might have done had I not been connected. You also saw how, because I got my front connected to the back of their car, he couldn't turn either and ended up in the wall on the exit. We've just been shuffled all the way back in this. Sadly, this is going to be the final corner, so we're going to chuck it up the inside, hope for the best, ping them off, or they're going to ping off the wall. No, you're going to get me on the run to the finish line, you bugger. Oh wait, you were not actually in that race. Never mind, they were a lap down car. I mean, that kind of cost me fighting with the other vehicle as well. Well, it was a mid-pack finish for me after a promising start. Yeah, I'm not so good at the start. Weirdly, as someone who hates having oversteering cars, for some reason the driving on the shale kind of works for me. On the tarmac, it's difficult. It's good fun though. It's really good fun. As I said, you know, it is quite a straightforward game. I think is a fair thing. It's just a different sort of motorsport, and it is surprisingly, to me certainly, it's surprisingly addictive. Just trying to learn and trying to go faster with these cars, and it helps that you have always got exciting races. You've always got something manic going on. Yeah, you'll get bopped around by the AI sometimes. It can be very frustrating when you're doing well, you're up in the top, you know, battling for the lead and whatnot, and an AI car behind runs in incredibly fast to a corner and just smacks you into the wall. It does happen. However, yeah, you get a lot of exciting races, and I really enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. As far as recommendations go, I would recommend it. Certainly if you're into this sort of motorsport, you don't really get much options in terms of games, as these cars are not really covered nowadays. There are plenty of the real-life venues to go through. It is a touch expensive at, I believe it's £15 on the Xbox Marketplace. That's what I'm playing on. There is a much more stripped-down phone game. I think it's about £3. You see it in the loading screens, in fact, that you can have a go with if you are kind of interested in these sort of vehicles, this sort of racing. It's something different at the end of the day. As I said, I love motorsport in general. I love trying different sorts of motorsport, and I've certainly had plenty of fun. With this one. I probably should have said at the start, I was sent a code to this one, but yeah, I really, I would enjoy my time very much with this, because at the end of the day, you get exciting racings. That's kind of what you want. That, though, is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.